Hi all, my name is Anjani Srivastava and welcome to the channel. So in the previous videos we had discussed about the operators in C programming language. And we had not demonstrated it, like how we can use in the program or how we can display it. So this video is totally a hands-on experience about the operator. So please stay focused here. So first we had discussed about the arithmetic operators, that was plus, minus, multiplication, division and the modulus operator. So just simply we can declare two integer variable like int a equal to 10 and int b equal to 5, let's say. So you can see here I am using the online compiler, and I had already discussed in the I think second video or third video where I had shown you how you can compile your code using either the offline installer in your system or you can use the online compiler also. The CodeChef IDE is I think the very good IDE. So here I had declared two variables of integer type, and then I have to do what? We have to add these two. So there are two methods. First one is we can do the add operation for both. See, I am giving the example using add operation. You can also take it like for difference, for multiplication, for division and for any other operator. So just think like that. I am doing this the addition operator between these two, like we are adding these two and then we are storing the resultant value in some other variable so that we can use it in our program. So I think it is understood. So for that we have to also declare one more variable which will store the summation of these two, like the summation of a and b. So it is clear, a and b will be added, and this addition, this resultant value will be stored in our third variable. So that variable will be c. So I can write like this: c equals a plus b. I think it is very much clear. I have already explained like how you can read this line. Means first of all the right hand side operation will be done. So a plus b will be done, the summation will be done, and this value will be stored into c. And the mistake here is I have not declared the type of c. So for that you have to write int c equal to a plus b. I think it is very much clear. So for sake of convenience I can declare c here for integer, and then we can write c equals a plus b. I hope it is very much clear to each and everyone. So now your c value will be storing what? The summation of a and b. And I have already told you like each line will be ending with semicolon. So now we have to print the value of c. So printf and then %d and then comma c. I think it is very much clear to each and everyone. I think the result will be 15. So we will hit run button and then we will wait for this result. Yes, the output will be 15, and you can easily modify that output also. And in the one line you can also use like int c equal to a plus b, and then you can print that value. It is also totally fine. So for this example, for addition example, I am trying to explain you each and every technique so that you can familiar, output is 15, so that you can familiar with every syntax. Like see, every syntax is logical. I have written this line, and in the previous example I have used what? Int c, and then c equals a and plus b. See, this line number 7 and these two lines both hold the same meaning here. See, the main focus here is like you have to do whatever operation you want to perform in the right hand side so that the value will be calculated in the right hand side, and then the value will be assigned to the variable which is declared on the left hand side. If you do not understand this line, please repeat this previous 10 seconds so that you can better understand it. So these two statement is correct. And also you have already learned that for any variable you will declare, you must also declare its type, because this is not valid. If you will write like this, then it will do nothing, because what is the type of C here? We have not declared the type of C. So if you will run here, then it will throw an error. Yes, C undeclared. C is undeclared. I have used this C variable, but it is undeclared. Compiler do not know. Undeclared identifier. It is undeclared. Compiler do not know what is the type of it. So and it is showing the compilation error. So there is an error in our code. So I hope it is very much clear, and I do not think like we have to tell with each and every example like I have told you. Simply we can use minus, result will be 5. You can already know that. If we write multiply, the result will be 10 into 5, 50, simple. If we write slash, what would be the result? 2, because I have already explained like slash gives the value of quotient only. If we do percentage, so what would be the value? It will give the remainder value. The remainder will be 0 because it will be totally divisible. So let us see the output. What would be the output? So I am skipping the part that is pretty much understood. The resultant will be 0. So let us change the input format. If we write 15, so what would be the output? Guess. What would be the output? A modulo 15, A modulo B means 10 modulo 15 means 15 will be divided by 10. So you can calculate the remainder will be 10. So you can see that what is would be the remainder. Yes, it is 10. I hope it is pretty much easy to understand. I have also told you about the assignment operator, so it is pretty much clear. The thing that will be in the right hand side of the equal to, the value will be calculated and then it would be assigned at the variable that will be written on the left hand side. So I think it is clear. The next one will be the increment and the decrement operator. Like we had declared the C and then we have to do increment. So plus plus A. So what would be the result? We are increasing the value of plus and then we will be storing that value in C, and then we will do print. Resultant will be 11 because A value will be 10 and then we are incrementing that value. So that value will be 11, simple. If we do minus minus, so that value will be 9. You can see here it is very much easy to understand and to use also. So I am not spending too much time here. So I think it is pretty much clear. The relational operator is there. So for relational operator we can see here. So first of all let us do some experiment. I had told you like printf A greater than B. Percentage D comma A greater than. Also let us understand one more thing. We can also do like this, comma A plus B. See, it is also perfectly fine. Whatever the expression we have, see what is the difference between this line and we had discussed so far. So whatever what I had discussed so far, we had calculated that value and then we are assigning the resultant to any third variable. So the involvement of third variable is there. But if we do not want to capture some extra memory, so what we have to do? We have to just specify the %d in the printf statement, and then after the comma, whatever operation you want to perform here, like a plus b. If you want to increase the operation, so you can separate it via comma a minus b, a into b, and then you can also put space and then %d. So let us see the result here. The result will be 15 plus 1 25 and then 150. Yes, it is true. So I hope it is clear. If you do not want to engage some extra memory, so you can just write your statement in your printf statement, and then you can just simply print out that. It is pretty much straightforward. So let us go to the point where we had there. So relational operator is there. So if we want to type printf and then %d comma a greater than b, let us understand what will be its result. So first of all, it will be %d, so result will be in the integer format. Result will be 0 because it is integer. Result will be integer, and then a is greater than b. Is it true or false? If it is true, the result will be 1. If it is false, the result will be 0. So it is false, hence the result will be 0. If you just write here 101, so now the result will be true, so the output will be 1. Yes, you had understood like this relational operator. Simply we can also add our more logic here, like we had not discussed if else loop, so that is why I am not using that here. So for the sake of understanding, you had understood like the output will be what? The output will be your binary value, either 0 or 1, 0 for false and 1 for true. So I hope it is very much clear. And for the relational operators also. So I hope it is very much clear. And then we can also do the size of operator, like size of, and then we can write a. So what would be the value? It will print the value, it will print the size of integer value, because a is integer here, 4 byte it is taking. In other compiler this value might change, because the size of integer or any other data type depends on the compiler. So please remember here, it depends on the compiler. So I hope it is very much clear. So suppose if we want to do like this, %d comma a plus b, we are adding, and if I declare here float b equal to 15.5, let us take this smaller number so that we can easily remember here. A's value is 10, b's value will be 15.5, and then we are adding these two and we are storing it, the value in integer value. So let us see the output. Yes, it is showing the output which is irrelevant. This is not the correct answer. It might differ in your compiler, like which you are using. Why it is happening? See, syntax is pretty much correct here. Syntax is everything right. We had written the printf, we had written the %d in the colon, then the comma, and then everything is perfectly fine. But the result will be different. Why it is different? See, if you have any decimal value and an integer value, so how you can add these two? How you can add these two? See, common sense here is you cannot add 10 and 15.5 until you make 10 to 10.0. I think it is very much clear. Until till you make 10 to 10.0 and then b to 15.5, then you can do the operation of these decimal values. So for that you have to use here percentage f, and then the result will be shown here. $25.5. So think like that. If you have integer value and you have float value, so you cannot add these two until you make 10 to 10.0, like you had done in your smaller classes. Like if you have two decimal values to add, so you can write in column wise, and then you can do addition, subtraction, and then after doing that you had to put your decimal at the correct place. So that rule is also followed here. So remember, if you have integer and float, so the result will be in floating point value. So you can see here you had something to notice here, like percentage d is there, percentage f is there. So to get rid of this misconception, so suppose you have to write your very long program, and then if your percentage d and percentage f will be missed, so your whole output will be changed drastically. There would not be any error, but your program output will be different from your expected output. So for that reason I am going to explain just a simple demo of C++ programming. See, C and C++ programming are two different programming languages, but C++ programming is only the extension of C. First there was C programming, and then it includes some class and object concepts which we will do in the later sections of the video. So that was C++. See, you can see here C has plus operator in it. Plus means increment, like there is an increment in the C language in terms of classes and object. So this is the whole funda here, C++. So we can understood here via C++ syntax. So just go to the drop down and then you can see C++. See, do not go over the syntax what is written here, IO stream namespace std. Do not focus here, because I will be explaining each and every term in the upcoming videos. Just stay focused on what you have learned so far. We had done the addition, so let us simply do here int a equals 10. See, syntax is pretty much same, but there is a main difference here. We can see here b equal to 20, let's suppose, and then we have to add int c equals a plus b. So for that, so for printing we have to use in C language printf and then percentage d comma c, then the output will be printed. If you write this statement here, it is absolutely fine. Why? I had already told you, like C++ is the extension of C. That does not mean that it vanishes C. It has all the functionalities of C apart from and some more functionalities of C++ also. So the syntax, this is the syntax for C, and let us write the syntax for C++. Simple. We have to use C out and then the less than symbol, two less than symbol is there, one less than symbol, two less than symbol without any space, and then we can write that value variable which we have to write. See, you can see the difference between these two syntax. You had to specify the access specifier here also, percentage d, percentage f, percentage c, percentage s, and so on. We have already discussed in the first or second video. But in C++, you had not to use any of the access specifier. You just simply need to write cout, cout, and then the two less than symbol to not separated by a space, and then the variable name. So I think it is clear. So this is the simple syntax for C++. And in the upcoming videos, if I do things like C out and then the variable name, so do not be confused. That is why I am explaining here also, because my goal is to teach you C and C++ both here, so that you can do ultimate job in parallel time without spending your, so our output will be 3030. Why? Because this output will be first and then this output will be second. And if you want to split in the next line, we have already discussed like %d and then we do /n, so the output will be in the next line. So these 3030 will be separated in two different lines. Yes, it is true. So I hope it is clear. So for this video I think it is more than enough. So thank you so much guys for your time. Let's have another video tomorrow, so please stay tuned and follow the series along, and if you have any doubt, feel free to reach out at me. And thank you so much guys for your time. Thank you so much.